Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso and the battle buddies on me. Well, I'm still living day by day and step by step, every day I'm living. I hope everybody had a nice holiday and everything. And I'm just still trying to be like Mike, you know, back home from war. I hope all my battle buddies, all their uh, dreams will come true. That's my battle buddy. And then, you know, I got really cool veteran things coming in the mail. And some stamps. Some old stamps are coming in the mail. And I got my cool leather vest. I can't find a leather vest that fits me because I gained a little weight, I guess. And hopefully I found the right vest. I, the one I have right now is 3X large, the vest, and it doesn't even cut, it doesn't even fit me. So I tried a 4X vest, and hopefully I found it on E-State. So I got another veteran's hat. I got to call in the order that never came in. And you know what? I don't care what people think of me, man. I served my country after 9/11, man. That's like a very cool thing to do. So if people talk bad about you online or put rumors on you or call you a name, and the law is like never grew up, or the law is like it's not my fault. To where you know I should be able to be proud of myself, and if people get bothered that a veteran dressed like a veteran, then there's something wrong with that person, don't you think? So I don't understand people. I don't understand the internet. But I got cool things coming, and I finally got a cool vest. Hopefully it fits. I'm going to try to lose weight. It's hard to get motivation when you come back home from war and everybody's like some kind of hater on you or something. But, you know, just try to be Michael Commiso. I don't ask for much. I'm a simple person. But it sucks that coming home as veterans, people give you a hard time for some reason. Even the law themselves. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? It's not my fault. People don't have to be like that. They act like the internet was invented overnight, but it wasn't. So, I don't know. Though people direct each other where to go on the internet, right? I feel like that's social media. Everybody's talking about something online. So don't you think people will direct each other in the same direction online? So do people search the internet to find people or sites or the internet? Or do people get pop-up sites and people direct you and send you where to go to where it's like somebody online is directing somebody else's life online in a different direction, or are we all directed in the same internet? So I don't know who's the haters on my computer and my life or the internet back home, but I think it's unfair that the law sits there and act like nobody knows what goes on in the internet, and the law hides the fact that they are using the internet too. The law can't say they're monitoring the internet and then hide the fact that they don't use the internet. Over time, don't you think people get upset about stuff like that? So, as your veteran back home, I don't know how respectful I have to be. I feel like I've been respectful enough for where, like, I feel like that damn is it so easy for people to screw each other's lives over and don't even care about it? When the law sits there and screws people's lives over, don't the law even cares about people, or is it just another day of job, and as long as it doesn't happen to me using the internet as the law, then I'll be okay? I don't think that's how American law is. I think the American law has to abide by the law on the internet too, right? If we as Americans has to abide by the law on the internet, the American law themselves has to abide by the law on the internet. As I feel like the American law will have more laws to have to abide by as they have to manage their job as the law, or your American law representing Americans too on the internet, as the whole world uses the internet, not just one country. So how much people disrespected me, I feel like I didn't disrespect anybody. I just feel like I said, this is frustrating. I'm the customer that uses the internet. I'm right. I'm the customer. It just sucks that people use the internet every day and people know how the internet is, but somehow you just sit there and don't care, and then guess how fast people turn each other's back online and not become friends anymore? Is how the internet works. So hopefully the law's not the same way, because that's kind of mean for you guys to sit there and act like, oh, people don't hack people's computers. Nobody hacked Commiso's computer and scammed his computer after 9/11 as a veteran. Nobody's out to get me as a veteran online. I got a clear road on the internet. It's not a bumpy road when I use the internet as a veteran. As everybody gets hacked by somebody on the internet. I feel like everybody gets hacked by somebody on the internet, or we all hack each other. I don't know how deep the internet gets, but what's the dark internet I got it. The dark internet is that everybody's naked in the dark internet. Every single person's naked in the dark internet. And y'all hide the fact that y'all embarrass the fact that you all use the same internet as sites. Because there's no dark internet. There's so much security on the internet. There's so much security on the internet. So how can anybody get in trouble online if there's so much security on the internet? It's impossible. Because, when I use the internet, I'm not a badass and try to screw my life over on purpose, right? I want to abide by the law and saying shit. I want to make it in life and make something out of myself. I highly doubt people got cops and robbers online as bad guy, good guy crap. But a lot of people want to abide by the law on the internet. So when you force people to get in trouble by scamming their computer on purpose and direct them as misleading that person in the wrong direction, that's your fault. When the law misleads you on the internet, it's the law's fault. And they can get in a lot of trouble as the law. you know, because if I'm trying to abide by the law and be a good citizen online while you all sit there and allow things to happen to my computer, even when they're the law, just sit there and let how that happens. Allow it to happen. So how do we all get directed in the same internet? I watched the internship about Google, a movie, and it seems like everybody should know where everybody is online 24 hours a day, no matter who you are. Everybody knows where he is. That's how the internet is. So if we're all directed in the same direction, that means we see the same thing on our own computers when we go on the internet. When we go on the site, we see the same site. Because I just try to figure this out, because if everybody don't want to get in trouble with the law on the internet and everybody wants to succeed and accomplish something in their life, that's all. I think internet is more than that. We all scam each other and rob each other and steal from each other and then talk shit about each other and then hate each other. Then what's the point of the internet? And then the law allows it to happen. So I think it's kind of sucks that the law allows somebody to call me a name back home for one as a disabled combat vet. Then I'm sitting here then, well, if it's my fault that I use the internet, right? I'm getting pop-up sites and I'm being directed in one direction. Well, what, do everybody gets directed in the same direction on the internet? No. It's like there's a cool level on the internet. You're not cooling up, you're not cooling up, you're not cooling up. And then you all got certain each other's, no, we're all directed in the same direction online like a river. There's a flow on the internet. So, but somehow I got some kind of stalker on my computer that monitoring my, if somebody's monitoring as a veteran, there's stalkers. Because the laws monitor the internet. If the laws monitor the internet, there's no reason why they need to monitor my computer or anybody, because they're monitoring the internet. But I guess they have to take the extra time and the special treatment for a disabled, 100% disabled combat veteran after 9/11. They must feel special and good about themselves, because they're basically calling me a name and bullying me and making fun of me and mocking me and blackmailing me and what they can do to me online. And I'm like, what certain people to do that? I highly doubt Americans will do that to a veteran that came back home from work. So I don't know what kind of crooked system they got at court around here. But hopefully the law will realize it's going to get harder and even harder in the future to set people up on sex and nudity online. They will have to basically break the law as they're doing it now. They lied how much amount, and they use it, and they use illegal things. And there's the oldest shit on the internet kind of thing. This shit been up on the internet for since the beginning of time, and they can't figure out how to take things down from the internet so nobody gets in trouble with the internet. No, they use some kind of, hey, if we leave this shit up and somehow people bump on it and we say, wow, now we can call you a name and bully you and scam you and not get higher rank around here at court and officers and everything. And everybody's saying, well, people don't do that. Oh, so the soldiers don't die on convoys by some asshole on the internet. We all sit there and watch it. And I'm like, wow, that sucks. What kind of entertainment is that to see people die on the internet? And the law allows it to happen. And then the law gets mad at people. Well, maybe if the people didn't know anything about violence or crime, people won't do anything about violence or crime because they don't know how to do it. But you teach us, don't you, on television about everything. And then you advertising. I don't know if the law knows what advertisement is. When somebody comes up with a reality crime show, that's your advertising crime. You're not even solving the crime. You expect that the whole world to solve a crime that we wasn't even trained to talk to. While the public's not supposed to see things as to family members and friends don't want to see their family and friends die on toes. So basically, I don't understand the law. So don't get mad at me if you confuse me. You know, if the law confuse people, you can't get mad at people because you confuse people. And it's kind of confusing to me. How's the internet? So is everybody gets pop-up sites and get directed to the cool side of the internet? Or we all have to search things and figure it out? How hard is that? Is it that hard to search things? Or find each other on the social media? We all using the same sites. I would feel like majority of the world are basically using the same sites to where nowadays it seems like every site does the same thing. It don't matter what site. Every site has video streaming opportunities. Every site you can put up pictures and put up videos, and every site is pretty much the same. And so every site will end up the same way. Then they would come up on TV and saying, oh, there's something wrong with the site for all the years of it. So the law won't get in trouble with the site. That's how backstabbing and crooked the internet is. Oh, nobody wants to get in trouble with the law, so you see your good friends in jail. And I'm a soldier after 9/11. So I guess who takes the fall over the billions of nudity on the internet? I don't know. Let's start with nudity. Maybe too much words is too complicated for me. Nudity. Nudity's been around for a long time. Nudity is not something, an uncommon subject. Nudity is something everybody talks about online. So who turns, like who becomes a hater on somebody? You must, at court, somebody's jealous of me, or a few people, or a bunch of people at court is jealous of me. Because how fast they're going to sit there and, holy shit, the law can overlook over the billions of nudity that been online and somehow zero down on me as a disabled combat veteran. And I was trained in the military. So even I was saying, questioning, damn, I can't believe it. I'm a veteran. And everybody knows that I'm a veteran. You act like the internet is some kind of top secret place, but it's not. I don't think the internet was meant to be a top secret place. But that's how the law is, somehow that's how court is talking to me. They're fresh out of nowhere. And then they talk to me the way they did. And I'm like, I think they're doing things because they're trying to get me in trouble. And they ran out of things. So who goes out of the way and actually try to get their disabled combat veterans after 9/11 in trouble? Because I don't disrespect anybody. I don't feel like I'm a disrespectful person, so I don't disrespect the court or the law. So who goes out of the way and set people up and screw people's lives over? Don't you think people get mad over time if you find out who the people are and you act like you're some hidden world on the internet? But no, there's no dark internet. If the dark, like I said, if there's dark internet on the internet, some top secret world on the internet, and the top secret world is that you're all on the same sites and you're all butt naked about it and you're all embarrassed to stand up for your American heroes on the internet over nudity. A little kid can win my case. That's how stupid this case is over the years. They could have just gave me a saying, oh shit, we the law, we understand that the internet's fucked up and we're going to give you a break over the years. No, you're dragging me down. You call me a name. You're trying to take more money from me. You don't care about people. So if you took the job as the law, your job as the law is to care about people. I don't want a cop that joins the force that don't care about people. I want somebody a law that cares about people. Not hate on people and fucking call and bully them and say, I'm going to earn my fucking rank off of this Commiso and say, fuck you. That's all. Then what's the law teaching kids? Okay, kids, as long as you don't say fuck me to me, then you can say fuck you to somebody else online as kids and I'll be okay with it and everything. That's the situation you give into your kids online. Oh, we can allow to hate one person, but we don't have to hate you. We're allowed to only hate one person online as a kid. That's what you teach as an adult on the internet, as the law themselves. So no, it sucks that as Americans we can't talk about the law for the law to get all upset about it, like they didn't know they just took a job that it's a job. That's the law. So don't get mad at people because you took a job that you decided you woke up one day and you didn't want to really do it in the first place. For you guys to scam people and screw people's lives over on purpose because you're having a bad day at office and you have nothing else better to do it. Is that how the internet works? I feel like that's how it feels so far as a veteran. Because, like I said, everybody gets directed in the same day. I would feel like eventually, how you go down the street, because you act like the internet is some outer space equipment. But you could go walk down the streets. Hey, man, this is the site you go on. This is a cool site, man. You go walk down the street. You tell the other kid, and they tell the other adult. Everybody's telling each other, oh, hey, this is the site you need to go on. This is a cool site. And everything, walking down the street, and then you use the internet, and everybody's using the same sites. But that's not how the law is teaching me. I'm going out of my way to look up things. No, I don't have to go out of my way. The law just allow me to get pop-up sites. So I don't know if they're out-of-date sites or not, because I'm born in 1985, the kid that played outside, and this is actually the longest, me being well aware, I really didn't even get the chance to explore the internet. But if it's that uptight to explore the internet, do you think anybody will explore the internet? No. That's the damn thing. That's the dark internet. Oh, we don't have to explore the internet because we know if we go on this site that it's going to scam your computer and there's a whole bunch of cops on that site. But every site, it says, is being monitored by the law. So now when they all come out of nowhere, oh, it's the site's fault, you allow the site to go bad, and now the law is trying to blame somebody, and the best way is to blame a disabled combat veteran after. So I don't know how much smarts they got at court around here, because they bully a soldier after 9/11, and I'm like, damn, you hurt my feelings. I cried for years, saying, why are you making me call me a name and say I won't be a good father one day? What kind of friends go online and tell people each other that online? That's not a friend at all. So again, if you took a job as the law, you got to care about people. You became a law enforcement because you care about people. You guys are mean as hell, man. You got a chip on your shoulder. I'm a law. I'm allowed to use the internet and sites, and I won't get in trouble. Fuck it. I'm going to mock you about everything. And I'm like, wow. I'm still an American hero on the internet. So, I don't know what everybody's issue is. Because I have a heart and I care about people. When a family member dies, I cry. You could call me a pussy or whatever, but even the toughest motherfucker on the streets cry. And that's why I hate that shit. You teach each other you gotta be so tough and hard on each other, and then your kids grow up and kill you. Your kids are gonna grow up so tough and hateful to each other on the streets, and then you're the adults that taught them in the world to do that. So don't get mad at your kids either. You told them that. It won't. But I don't know how long we can be mean to each other. In history, People get tired of being mean to each other because it's stupid. It's stupid to wake up in the morning and find a reason why to hate on each other on the internet. It's boring. It's not high ratings. You know, what movies get the high ratings nowadays? And I mean seriously, not whatever. So people know the internet. People rate videos and movies and sites and TV shows and streaming videos on the internet. They rate them. But that's not what the law is teaching me. The law is a hidden world, and I'm some top secret motherfucker, and I got into the dark internet that popped on my computer. There's no goddamn dark internet. After 9/11, you really believe that there's dark internet after 9/11? Holy shit. So, I'm just trying to figure this one out. Everybody sees everything on the internet because there's no dark internet. Unless y'all hide the fact that you're all nudity on the internet and then get mad about each other. That's funny. You all see each other naked on the internet and the whole world. Well, then hide it to the world and then get mad at each other. So I highly doubt the law can hide the fact that, well, if the law's monitoring the site, they're using the site too. If the law's monitoring Facebook, they're using Facebook too. So I don't know how many sites there are. As an American citizen that served my country, am I responsible for every site that's on the internet? Where I'm like, well, I don't understand. If billions of people don't want to get in trouble over nudity, don't you think everybody's hiding about the nudity on the internet? Oh, if you don't have an IP address, you can't recognize the person that's in the video, that's the nudity. You need an IP address, and you use my IP address of the billions of nudity online. So now, if something goes bad, you can blame me, not you, as the law monitoring the internet, because you're the one that screwed it up in the first place. Because I don't think it should be that hard to organize the internet, and the internet should be safe for everybody. So is it my responsibility? I'm a veteran. I had to worry about coming back home alive just so I could see my family and friends again. You know, I don't know. It sucks that there's assholes in the world, but I highly doubt there's a lot of assholes on Commiso. I'm a really nice person. So there's assholes on my computer. And they're going to sit there and they're going to try to find that. I can't believe it. They would do that to America, even America. That's how crooked the internet is. You would sit on my computer and any fucking movement that I make, bam, you're going to screw my life over. How's that effective in the future? So if somehow every kid becomes a genius in school in the future, but come out of school and somehow the streets saying you ain't shit as a genius out of school, then we're all a piece of shit on this life, on this planet. We don't give a shit about nobody as people. Our planet's gonna die and we all hard core motherfucker on the streets and don't give a shit. There'll be no more life on this planet. We're stupid as fuck. Fighting over the stupidest shit when we all need the same thing. It's oxygen and food and water and shelter. So I don't, why is it so hard to get along with each other if we all need basically the same thing? Because we're assholes. You know, it's easy if we're saying, after school we're going to jump this kid because he's a different he's different from the rest of us on the streets and we're going to make an example on him. I feel like the law's doing the same thing as the gang on us. We got to make a represent, we got to prove something to this veteran as the gang in the law back home and everything. And I'm like, shit. You're saying, so no matter how good grades you nice and kid you are or whatever, try to do the right things, you're still going to fall through the system. Don't you think the system's fucked up? It's not working in the first place if everybody's in jail and prison? But we have an internet. And everybody knows how to hack each other's computers and get in each other's lives and have nothing else better to do but talk shit about each other and screw each other's lives online because we got the computer in front of us. So I'm not a disrespectful person, and I think I've been honest enough to the law where I'm like, wow, I think they're the ones that are perverted. You know, they all asking me these private questions and saying they need to know more. Maybe you're addicted to the nudity. If the law's monitoring the nudity online, so maybe the law's addicted to the damn nudity and they need to go to group therapy. No, it doesn't work that way. I guess over the years of the law allowing all this sex and nudity online, they have to make example or prove something to one person saying they're doing something in their job online, protecting you over the billions of nudity and sex online. And I'm like, wow, you know, I did some college when I was in the military, and maybe, you know, if I have time and people allow me to be who I want to be back home as a veteran, it'd be cool to do some more college work. You could be 80 or 90 years old and go to college. It's when it's time for you to do it. But we make it hard for each other to go to college. We make it hard to go to school as students and everything you could think of. So imagine being a veteran back home after 9/11. I said, I can't believe how crooked the world is. You know, I respect people, and I know there's good people out there. But to find out how crooked the system is saying, damn, you trying to tell me the law been monitoring the internet all these years? Since the 80s and 90s and the law still can't get it? You can't get it? You're trying to tell me, holy shit, we can accept all this nudity and sex online on my computer at office at law, and you zeroed down on my goddamn computer, and I felt you on my computer. I said, shit, I can feel everybody that's on my computer. And I'm a veteran. I said, no matter what I do, you wasn't not going to allow me to be anything back home as a veteran. That's the world you have on the internet. I got a few, I don't know how many jealous haters on my computer back home after 9/11 as a veteran. But, you know, it sucks that the world is the way it is in the first place. You would figure by now that, wow, shit, everybody wants to have a good life and have the same kind of achievements, or we should be able to get along with each other, even on the internet. So, how they came up for a reason to call me a name and bully me as a veteran, I guess I can see why people hate each other. You talk even bad about your veterans. And I'm like, wow. You know, I didn't get a chance to figure out where all the cool sites is. I bet the law knows where all the cool sites is. They're rubbing in my face that they know more sites than me. Why are they doing this to me? Well, I know I don't have any against the law. I'm an American. You know, I try. But what type of law mocks you that they know another more sites than you, and they know that. They know that I don't know anything. The court is trying to say that I know how to do things on a computer. No, everything came to my computer. Everything popped up to and they get mad at me. I'm telling you the truth. I'm an honest person. And I'm like, wow, they're actually making me go through this as a veteran where you could get the greatest lawyer in America and get all the charges dropped and have a good life and saying, how, so every time you all discover yourselves that there's brilliance of nudity online, you're going to only get upset on one person? Wow. So being a veteran is hard because you do all these problems and everything, and you know, my grandpa died, grandmom died, my landlord died, and now my uncle died. And I'm like, you're still throwing all this shit at me as a veteran. And I'm like, I know that, you know, I may have been a goofy soldier at war, but I did a lot of work at war. I went on a lot of convoys. When my higher rank told me to do something, Commiso did it. So when they told me to be a gunner in a convoy, I've been a gunner in a convoy. When they told me to be a driver, they told me to be a driver. They told me to be a TC, the radio guy. They told me, and I've been on guard so many times. I felt like I was at every guard tower where there was a guard tower. I moved to this guard tower, then I moved to this guard tower, and then I don't even know how I got up to this. I don't even remember how I got up on this one guard tower. But I did, as an American soldier, I did what the higher rank told me to at war. So the higher ranks liked me because I didn't complain when they said, Commiso, go do this, Commiso, go do that. And I was just giggling, saying, okay, sir or sergeant, whoever, order me or whatever I said, that's Commiso. So, as a veteran, when your higher ranks at war teaches you that they trust you to be at guard as a guard tower. I said, wow, they trust me with an M16. I know I can shoot pretty far. I know if somebody pisses me off and I don't want to die, I know where to shoot. I shot in the same, at the range. I aim for the head. There's no playing around. I would say I just aim for the head. I said, this is where they do. Most damage will do. So every range I went to, I aimed for the head of the targets. I aimed for the head. That's how I got because when the drill sergeant said, the further you shoot, you have to move your target up a little bit. So if you're shooting down an 800-yard range, you don't shoot down to the dirt. She would never, because it'd be too low. You have to shoot a little bit higher up to the head. So every target, I aim for the head. Because I say, well, if I have to aim for basically the head, and the 800, I might as well aim for the head through the other ranges. So my point is, if my NCOs in the higher rank in the military thought I was a sponsor enough to be a gunner, and I'm like, I'm the goofy guy with the M16. I bet everybody at war is wondering what this goofy guy is going to do with this M16. Because you can, I guess that was the joke. You can hear my laugh miles away in the desert. But they trust me. I said, my battle buddies trust me to be at guard. I stay awake. I'll keep my eyes open. And I said, don't, buddy, shoot at my tower. Please don't kidnap me at the tower. Please, I will shoot back because I want to live and go back home as a veteran. So I said, all right, cool. Then there was time I thought I saw somebody by the fence. I said, I see somebody crawling by the fence. I don't know if it's a goat or what's going on there. But I aimed my M16 at the fence. I said, don't do anything, whatever that is. So, Ray said, well, we can't pick on this one. This guy's weird, crazy. He's laughing at war. So, to come home and now y'all acting like I'm not responsible enough to use the internet and know from right from wrong, where I got a conscience, and I'm like, well, I know what art is. The law is not looking at the internet as the right way. They're looking at everything's bad. The law's looking at the internet. Everything's bad. They're never going to fix the internet. Because not everything's bad on the internet. And everybody wants to do the right things. But I'm like, I highly doubt people go out of their way to try to find negative things on the internet. It just pops up on your computer. But somehow it's confusing for people that court around here. So it just leads to believe, I don't know how smart you have to be to solve things, but the people that's getting angry and actually trying to go out of their way and screw, it's the one that was scamming you all these years on the computer. And I'm like, I'm going to be 41. My birthday is April 14th, 1985. I was born 2 months before Back to the Future. And my favorite movie is Back to the Future. And I'm like, I can't believe people get old too, not just me. So you try to tell me people trying to find ways to make each other's lives miserable online because they're just some asshole, and you get older too, and you basically waste your whole life trying to sit there and trying to screw somebody's life over. And I know I may not be the smartest man alive online, but I say cool things sometimes in my YouTube videos. So again, does everybody get pop-up sites? Because everybody's lead to the same sites, the same internet. If everybody knows what Facebook is, right? Everybody knows what Facebook is. So eventually everybody's going to sign up and use Facebook. If they use an account or not, they're going to sign up and use Facebook. They know what Facebook is. And then I feel like that's the same thing for every site that's on the internet. But the way people talk to me is like, it's my fault that the internet is the... I got some assholes going out of the way and screwing my life over and cock-blocking me and acting like I'm not cool enough to party with back home. And I'm like, all these years you missing out partying with one of the coolest veterans. You know, veterans are cool to party with. You know, the way you make veterans appear, it make it seem like veterans are all angry motherfuckers. Yeah, we're angry that the war's fucked up and all this shit, and then, you know, a lot of veterans saw their best friend die at war. Yeah, if that's the angry and frustrations you're talking about as veterans. But no, they go a different way. They don't know how to party as veterans, so we're going to go out of our way not to even try at all. And then we all sit on his computer and hack his life and try to scam everything he does on the internet. Anything you do on the internet nowadays, if the law knows it or not, you could get scammed by porn, you could get scammed by any site or anything on the internet because some idiot decided to do that to you online. But the law doesn't know that. You could get scammed by porn. You know, I try to say, well, if they have a site and list of all the sites that is good to use, and the law knows that, I think it sucks that the law goes behind your back and backstab you over billions of nudity and sex online while you all decide to come together and while you hear rumors, I'm going to call you a name too online. How are we going to accomplish anything? Like, we're not going to go further in future at all. All we're doing is backstabbing each other, robbing and scamming and thefting. We're all in debt because you all decided to be lazy and don't work for yourself or earn your loyal life. I got scammed and screwed over, and it feels like the court and the law is going out of the way to try and take my benefits away from me, and I'm getting mad about it. You all said veterans are mad and angry people. But I think the reason why people do things certain way to you is just to upset you because they know that you're a veteran. But I bet you $1 billion they dragged out this case so long where I'm like, wow, they switched judges and they switched lawyers and they switched. I guess that's how they do it. I open the case now. It's in my name as judge. You don't have to worry about the other judge. And they close it. That's how it works. They have to close it, right? To open up to another judge. And I'm like, so who's sending me the pop-up sites at court around here after 9/11? That's how, if you all want everybody to solve crime on television, then the only people that can really set you up on nudity and sex are the ones at court and have offices, and their computers are not allowed to get hacked or we find you as the law. So you have a perfect scamming system online, and it sucks that people actually do that to people. And I'm like, damn, people, man. So nobody cares that anybody screws anybody's life over, and I'm like, wow. How heartless this world is, and it shouldn't be heartless at all. How it's like you all woke up one day on this planet and decided, I'm going to find a reason why to hate each other. As to, damn, you see each other butt naked 24 hours a day as life on this planet online, and you can go sit there and still complain about and bully somebody and mock and blackmail people's lives online, and I'm like, I'm a veteran, man. You know, I graduated high school and served my country. You know, I feel like I'm responsible enough to use the internet. Yeah, when somebody sends you bad sites and reports your computer, that sucks. How fast people can screw your life over, and I wasn't even get a chance to actually explore the good part of the internet, where it's like, I know what art is. I can make pretty cool art, and people let me. As the law can't see the future on the internet, so if there's billions of nudity now in this generation, don't you think there'll be billions of more nudity online in the future? No, that's not how I'm being talked to. They saying sex is evil and nudity is evil. Even I don't. I get offended as a law and get mad, and I don't use the sites that said. And then I'm like, where the hell you get this family from, sir or ma'am? You know, when I was in the military, they taught you about sir and ma'am. Or you could say ma'am or sir. But I just stick with sir or ma'am. So how can I give more respect to the people that sit there and are the ones that's screwing your life over? Because I must have got a good quality from the military. I had to watch my military bearings, even though everybody's cursing me out and calling me a name as a veteran. I'm like, they trained me a lot in the military. No, I don't want to pick fights back home as veterans. No, I feel like you all pick fights with me and find an excuse not to hang with me back home as a veteran. Because I'm an easy person to hang with. So how hard is it for me to use the internet back home as a veteran? You know, I figure since, everybody respects the veteran and thank you for your service, everybody will hack my computer and send me in the right direction online. And no, that's not how it works either. The world works. You know? No, if we all send each other in the right path, not to get in trouble with the billions of nudity online, I just can't figure this one out. How can people get mad at one person over billions of nudity on the internet? Sex? Wow. Wow. How much sex do you think I had in life? I'm the goofy guy at the party. I'm like, shit. You worry about, instead of welcoming me back home, you all worry about, it don't matter what girl talks to me at a party back home. You get upset about it. That's another thing I noticed when I was in school. Even though I was a shy, quiet kid, sometimes the girls come up to me and talk to me. And sometimes I don't even know what the heck I said. And sometimes I feel like it didn't matter what girl talked to me in school. Everybody's going to get jealous of me on the wrestling team. That's the same thing when I use the internet. So I got some kind of crazy stalker blackmailing me and mocking me and trying to screw my life over. And that's the only thing they do, to sit there 24 hours a day. And I'm like, man, that sucks. You know? Because I know that I was making art, and I know I was trying to collect art. I'm allowed to collect art to get, they told me to get, when I took the class in school, in high school, they wanted me to get ideas. And the way you get ideas is you look at other people's art, not to steal their copyright their art, to come up with your own ideas. Oh, I didn't know you could paint that way. I didn't know people could draw that way. So when I go on the internet, I try to search for art because that's what I want to do again. I said, I got this free time to make art again. And all you took, it was sit there and call me a name and take money from me. They said they don't like what's on the internet, but the law wants to earn money what's off the internet. So it's kind of weird and crooked at the same time. The law doesn't want you to break the law online, but forces you to break the law online. Because I would say it's all the security on the internet. It's like you guys just got jealous of me and zeroed down on my laptop and saying, man, you're never going to be cool enough to party with the celebrities back home, the Commiso. And I'm like, man, I felt like I did a lot of cool things out for, you know, I'm not begging for more medals, but I felt like I earned enough respect as a veteran for everybody back off and saying, shit, I can't believe the law is actually that hard on sex and nudity, and nowadays people still get pregnant. So you cock-blocked me all these years and people still get pregnant online and I'm like, damn. How easy it is to direct each other in the right path. You know, back in the day, we didn't have internet. You know, we had to figure out how to shake each other's hand and give each other's hugs. And real personally, so we didn't have something can direct each other in the right path. Now we got the internet that can direct each other in the right path. No. If I use the site, people are going to get jealous of me and set me up and scam me over lying what's on my computer so I could get cock-blocked and never find love on the internet because it's social media and it's also a dating system online. And I'm like, welcome back home, Commiso. And I don't feel like I'm mean to anybody. I get upset, and yeah, I'm a veteran that gets upset. Wow, you got a lot on, Commiso. as a veteran. That's the thing. That's what the first thing you do to your veterans is to say, well, shit. We already know that you're all uptight as a veteran. Now we're going to throw all this other bullshit on you too. And I'm like, you know, you got to keep moving forward. You can't give up. Even if the law is calling your name online and the law is like supposed to be a responsible person as a law and people, but they're like kids at school and call me a name as a law. And I mean, if they have to dare and do that to American Hero at court around here, call me a name, they must do that to the kids on the internet too. Right? Because you bully, as people, you bully each other basically off of every single fucking thing that's different on a person. Or any goddamn, that doesn't even have to be different. You bully each other over the same bullshit that's on the, we all see the same shit. How the fuck we all see the same shit and one person gets bullied on the internet? Because you're some asshole. You got some asshole system online. That's how I see it. Because life shouldn't be that hard as life on this planet, especially for human beings. You know, I don't know how many bad guys there are on the internet or haters online, but if you go out of your way and make everybody a bad guy or hater on you, I don't know that. I don't understand the system. You know, you say, well, my friend got bullied over nudity, and we're all billions of nudity on the internet. And I'm a good friend. I'm going to stand up for you. Because I already know there's shit, billions of nudity already been on the internet 24 hours a day. And you all went out of your way just to talk shit about me, and then you all feel good about it or something. Yeah, right? Think about it. That's how it should be. Oh, how you bully my friend? Don't you know that if the laws monitor the sites, everybody knows in the whole world that the law uses the site too? So you can't come up on the news saying, oh, this site is bad now, acting like you didn't know anything about it. And it seems like you're just advertising the site even more so everybody knows to go on it, right? So it's mean that the world see each other nude on the internet. The whole world they get mad and hate on one person like that. Because serving my country, you know, I'm proud of myself. I did something really good in my life serving my country. And for people to sit there and call me a name and acting like it's so easy to turn around and don't stab somebody in the back and as friends, and then it sucks that people act like they don't care about each other because they have to be some kind of image on the streets. I think that sucks, and it's messing up music, and it's messing up kind of whatever. Everybody's forgetting what rap really means. All you do is yelling and screaming at each other, telling each other what you're going to do to each other as rappers. And over time, it's going to make the song and the music boring. Saying, why the hell we go to this club just to hear these people yell and scream at each other? Because back in the day, you didn't have to be that hard to be cool to rap a song. You didn't have to be that hard. It kind of makes you look corny that you have to rap that hard. And what the heck you yelling and screaming about? It's supposed to be hip-hop. You're not supposed to be yelling and screaming at each other. There's some type of rhythm in hip-hop. They're supposed to be smooth. So you all pick up, like you sound like you pick the same beat in every rap, and you're all rapping off the same beat, and you're rapping about the same thing. We're gonna rob you, steal your car, steal your wife, kill you, do this. And I'm like, wow, the rapper just said it a couple of minutes ago, and it sounded like the same song was playing. Then he found out it was a different rapper. So I can't keep up with the music life in the world. The same thing with the internet. You all rapping like the internet is so, life's so hard in the internet world. You know, you have to learn how to cross the street. Somebody has to teach you how to cross the street. Unless you're some kind of genius and figured it out on your own as a child, somebody holds your hand and teaches you how you cross the street. And they teach you, make sure you look both ways before you cross the street. I would make sure the car is 10,000 millions of ways away, and I can skip across the street and take my time because the cars are so far away from me. So, is this the same thing using the internet? We have to be taught how to use the internet? I just search nudity. And once you search nudity, it's some kind of crazy person that sets you up and acting like the world is a different place and this is how you're supposed to see nudity. And that's not how everybody sees nudity because there'd be no nudity on the internet at all. So, yeah, for people to go out of their way and call somebody in there and bully them and mock them and hate on them for no reason, as there's billions of nudity 24 hours a day. So since everybody does not want to get in trouble with the law online, they go out of their way and make somebody else look bad online. Even the law themselves do it, not just people. So they won't find out that you use the site in the internet too online in the 21st century, where I feel like we all lead in the same direction almost. So, in the future, it's going to be harder to entrap people over nudity and sex because apparently I was too stupid enough to allow the pop-up sites to go on my computer. And since I don't know what sites are good to use because how cool you all talk on the streets online to find out where the cool internet is. Not everybody's lead to the cool internet, and there's bullies that scam your computer and force you to get in trouble. And I'm like, I'm a life on the internet. I'm not a robot. I'm not just some kind of number or a calculation online in the matrix. I'm a human being on the internet. So, yes, in my rights, as I read that just because you force me to sign things, I could change my mind as you keep changing your deals and as you act like I did all this shit to people. So, I didn't punch the cop. You're a bunch of liars. No, you lied what was on my computer. You made it sound worse than it was, where the monitor allowed me to get the pop-up sites and the monitoring sat there and watched me and I'm like, wow, how fucked up the internet is. So if I was a kid using the internet, how fast you backstab kids on the internet too, and then you use kids to screw people's lives over on the internet. So what are you teaching your kids? That when you become an adult, you're all going to be fucking assholes to each other even more because you're an adult? Stay a kid, because when you're a kid, you're all nice to each other as kids, and you get to go on the swings and the slide. I can't go on the slide on the swings right now, because they're going to judge me if something's wrong with me, because they must have took a course on how to scam a computer and bully and mock somebody at college around here. Right? You must have to learn how to scam a computer. I don't think you go to college and learn that. Maybe they teach you different techniques on how to do this and fix things on your computer at college. But I don't think college teaches you how to scam people's computer. So that must be learned on the internet. So people do teach each other what the internet is. As you all scam my computer, right? Because, you know, do you randomly select computers over the billions of nudity online? Because that's how it feels. No, that wasn't random on me. I was selected on purpose. Because shit, this veteran's having a good time on YouTube making goofy videos and you're trying to make art while I'm trying to scam you and so I can scam you with money, your benefits away from you as the court around here. And that's how it feels and looks online to the whole world as a veteran. So, yeah, I cried. I get sad and depressed when my uncle dies. My uncle never treated me badly. My grandma never treated me badly. My grandma loved me and cared about me. And Kevin liked me and cared about me. And then even the landlord. I gave my landlord Christmas gifts every year. And I tried my best to watch over her because she was an older lady as I was being a disabled combat veteran and everybody threw all this responsibility. Where I'm like, yeah, veterans can handle responsibility, but can we give at least a breath of time to ourselves and try to, make our lives organized as veterans while everybody's back home and have their own kind of life system they got online? So, I'm just trying to figure this out. Does everybody get directed and get pop-up sites to the same sites online? Or do people have to go out of the way and search the internet and eventually you get directed to the same cool sites online? Or are you just somebody just force you and directs you, so no matter how hard I try, somebody's going to keep trying to screw me over. And the law can't see that's kind of fucked up. Hey, I apologize to the law if you can't understand the internet nowadays as how it works in the 21st century. But if somebody actually sits there and screw your life over on purpose, don't you think the law should get mad about that too? Because eventually somebody can sit there and force you to get in trouble too as the law, with the law, right? Because it seems everybody gets in trouble with sex and nudity. No, not everybody gets in trouble with sex and nudity, as there's still billions of nudity and sex online. So you overlooked everything just to zero down on my computer, knowing that fact that I'm 100% disabled combat veteran. So you want to take more money from me at court around here? And what's that money goes to a good cause? That must be commission to get more nudity people online. Damn, I know I'm smart that there's billions of nudity. Nobody's going to get upset with me if I get one person in trouble with nudity, and then I can earn rank. And shit, that must be the fucked up thing to do to a person as you go home as the law and you use the same sites as everybody else online and I'm like, damn, how can people do that to someone? So, I don't know, because apparently people think I'm slow or something or stupid. People hack your computer more. And I'm like, if I get more, pay for more, because I have security on my computer, but the law allows the security to be breached, and somehow I get directed to where the law wants to scam me and screw my life over. So now, try to narrow it down who is screwing your life online. It's not that hard nowadays. So, I don't know what type of law scams people's computers, but they can get in way more trouble than I do by just using the internet after 9/11 as a fed. Because all I'm doing is trying to use the internet. I'm not trying to go out of my way to break the law. You all went, and like I said in my past videos, people nowadays that screw people's life over the billions in nudity and sex online are the ones that had to go out of their way to break the law even more just to scam that one person. And you all agree and call that person a name and bully him, and you're all fucking on the internet as a gang and terrorists on the internet. And you can bully people. You fucking bully motherfuckers, don't you? So who the fuck wants to be in a gang and a terrorist group? And all you guys do is fucking bully each other and hate on each other like assholes. So where I can't believe there's crooked cops. But there are. You must have saw that my Babe Ruth baseball card is worth something. You saw my Babe Ruth signed baseball, it's got to be worth something. And you just want to scam me and steal from me or rob from me more. And I'm like, I can't believe people don't like that. You didn't give me a chance to party with me back home. You didn't give me a chance to, use the same sites as everybody else and showing online. I didn't even get a chance to even find out where all the cool sites are. As you all sit there and, for you act like you don't know what a veterans are online. You make sure I'm acknowledged as a veteran online. So the world shouldn't be this mean to each other. It doesn't even make any sense because we just look like idiots that we're still fighting on this planet. And outer space, it's like, you really think if something happened to this planet in outer space, it's going to affect everything in outer space? It might affect the galaxy. Maybe if there was no life in a galaxy, it might affect the galaxy. But eventually, space will go on, I would feel like. So life matters. Getting up and smelling air and on this planet oxygen and seeing pretty flowers every day and acknowledge each other as family members and friends online. And man, we can be friends to each other as countries online by now. And I'm like, what can I do? Because I want to make art. It feels like that. Once somebody tries to make something out of themselves, that's where all the people come from. Nobody knew who you were. You was a shy, quiet kid at school. Nobody knew who you were. But once you try to make something out of your life, damn, everybody knows who you are on the internet and your name online. And they all sit there and find ways for you not to achieve anything in life. And it sucks that, damn, I can't believe the crooked laws on the internet is the same way. So I don't know if everybody's just stuck up and mocking each other and hating each other for stupid reasons, but at least I'm Michael Commiso. I'm a disabled combat veteran. If people get mad at me because I dress like a veteran, there's something wrong with you and an idiot. You're the idiot. You're the idiot that sits there every day trying to find an excuse why not to help a veteran, where you force people to get directed in your path of being screwed over and shit. Screw somebody's life over. That's hard. That's why nowadays I said, shit, I can feel everybody on my computer. I gotta tell myself, calm down. I'm not in the matrix. Because all people do have nothing else better to do but sit on each other's computers and find a reason why they hate on each other. And the law allows that to happen. So it's the law's fault too, right? If the law monitors the internet and the internet is not exactly organized and safe, don't you think people will start blaming the law and saying, well, what the heck is the law used on the internet for? You sit there and you screw people's lives over, but you did nothing to fix the internet. And so they're going to blame you. It's your fault. And I'm like, damn, how easy it is to be happy and naked on the internet in the 60s. Everybody smoking weed and stone in the 60s and they're naked online. And everybody's happy. Because eventually, everybody be like, well, if you think about it, nudity is our future. The law, even the law, right? Wow. I can screw people's life over nudity even more years. But I guess people get smarter. I guess people did, because apparently there's some kind of dark internet of billions of naked people, and then the law doesn't know about it. And for it to look at me like I'm the only one person that uses the internet as the law. And I'm like, that sucks. I can't believe you actually did that to me. I'm still kind of shocked to where, man, you couldn't tell that I was trying to make art where it's like the law has allowed me to see things on purpose just to get me in trouble. And you do that to your kids too? That's kind of fucked up, don't you think? So, I'm trying my best back home, and that's all I can do, right? I can't be anything more than who I am, but that's not how the world works. Being myself online is not enough for the internet. We have to be something else and different online as an image, because you're all some kind of weird ass life on this planet online. So I don't know how long they're going to keep picking on me, but I'm going to keep making my YouTube videos, and I feel that in keep practice safe sex online. So in the future, don't you think people will practice even more safe sex online? So sex will be the safest thing that anybody in the world can do online. Because we're all friends and we all want to be safe on the internet, even the word sex online. So in the future, sex is going to be even more safe to do. So what can the law complain about then over the billions of naked? So I'm that kind of guy that always tries to make it in the world, and somehow people find a way for you not to make it in the world. And that sucks how people treat each other, and it sucks that people can't get over themselves and act like, I don't know, I'm just a disabled combat man. You know, I'm not trying to brainwash people and make people believe or whatever that. I'm just a disabled combat veteran, man. And I guess I'm just trying to ask, why can't people get along with each other? It's stupid. So, whatever. You can call me a name and bully me, but in the future, I'll be cool in the future, or even now with my name that you decided to call me, because everybody be doing the same thing online and be calling each other the same name online. So whatever on nudity and sex online. I accomplished way more than that, than sex and nudity online as a life on life on this internet. You know, if that's all people worry about, if I get a girl at a party or not, or whatever, or not cool, then that's why the party sucks back as a veteran. Because all people worry about it, you know, I'm 41 years old. Time I meet somebody, it's like, you know how you meet couples that been with each other 80 years or for 40, 50 years. Time I only be with somebody 20 or 10 years. Does that be 80 years old? And love online shouldn't be that hard either. There's enough women for every dude. And there's enough women for a dude for every woman. They, I forgot what movie. Well, Pie was American Pie movie. Every guy, there's enough women for every guy to have two women in the world. But everybody don't love, they love, whatever floats your boat. You can't hate somebody for who they are as a person. So you can even have more ladies. So, my point is, if you're trying to teach your kids a way of life online, this basically taught your kids life sucks in a while. Fuck it. But that's, I think, whatever. I'm just Commiso. You're lucky you got this much senses out of me over the years, where I would feel like people went out of their way to beat me up on the streets just to get me in trouble online and steal my money, and I'm like, what the hell? It just sucks. So, what happens if you're not cool enough to view the billions of nudity anymore online? You will get mad too. You will get scammed and bullied too. And then it's your turn. It's your next time to get bullied on the internet. Because we're not smart enough to figure out how to solve things, apparently. I don't know. Well, I hope all my battle buddies are doing okay and had a good holiday. I'm trying my best where it seems like people going out of the way on purpose, making my life harder back home as a veteran. And I'm like, whew. And all I do is help out. I try to help everybody the best that I can. But I get tired too. I'm tired now. So, whatever. I hope everybody's okay in the family because Uncle Kevin died. I'm a human being, retro human being online, so me hugging and kissing is out of style, I guess, now on the internet. So this is your disabled combat veteran astronaut having Michael Commiso in the battle points online and everything.